name is Libby Tigner. I serve as pastor at the Los Altos United Church of Christ. I join you tonight as a leader in a faith community here in Long Beach, but more importantly, I am here tonight as a person with a broken heart. My heart is broken for the women and men whose lives were so violently ended last night. My heart is broken for the friends, the lovers, the parents, the children who will never again hear their loved one's voice. My heart is broken for the emergency responders who daily rush into the breach for all of our sakes, and for whom images of broken bodies will always be a fresh memory. My heart is broken for all of us in the LGBTQI community who have daily had our dignity and our humanity shattered by acts of aggression, no matter how small or even unintentional. My heart is broken for this country and the deep divides that so often keep us from having intelligent conversation and meaningful, respectful negotiation about important issues. Tonight I raise my voice along with other faith leaders of all traditions all across our land who stand together in solidarity and in affirmation that God is good and God is a God of love, and that every single human being is imbued with the spark and the power of the divine. Yes. I join my voice with those of others who once again call upon our leaders, our religious and our political leaders, to end the constant rhetoric that demonizes same-gender loving people. Our speech has consequences, and this is not the first time that violence has been directed at our community with very tragic consequences. It is long past the time that we can tolerate what amounts to hate speech and homophobia masquerading as religion. In the wake of intentional acts of violence and terror and destruction, we search for answers. We long for justice. We yearn for peace. We are reminded that there are not always answers to every question, but in the end, our task is the same. We are called to love one another, even in the face of hatred. We are called to bind up the brokenhearted and to wipe away one another's tears. We are called to create justice where there is no justice. We are called to wage peace in every moment of the day.
Wage peace.
The ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu wrote this many hundreds of years ago. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace among the nations. And if there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. And if there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace in the neighborhoods. And if there's to be peace in the neighborhoods, there must be peace in the families. And if there's peace in the families, there must be peace in our hearts. Amen. Go from this place to make peace. So be it.
Wage peace.
Those were very beautiful words. Thank you for that. Before I begin, I want to just take a moment also to let everyone know. I think one of the most important things about tonight is that the center, and I want to thank Porter and the board and the center. If there's anyone here tonight that needs to talk to someone, or that someone that needs resources during this time, the center is here tonight, and it's always open to be supportive. And so thank you, Porter, and the whole board of the center for your support. And they also were very helpful today. Let me just say a few things. First, I think it's really important for us to recognize that our community was attacked. This was certainly, as the president said, was an act of terror. We know that the president has said that, but it was also,
That's right.
and the largest mass shooting murder in the history of our country has now happened to our community. And that should not be forgotten or taken lightly. This is an attack on our brothers and sisters. Wherever they are, they are still our brothers and sisters. And so we should take that with the weight that it brings us and the weight that it makes us feel. It makes us feel sad. It makes us feel angry. It makes us feel hopeless. But I also hope just a little bit it makes you feel resolved. And resolved to know that our struggle for equality never ended. It didn't end with marriage equality.
Right.
But we were attacked, and that's something important for us to remember. The other thing is, I'm not sure how many of you had a chance. I was obviously been watching the news all day. They're beginning to release the names and photographs of those that lost their lives. It is really painful to see the photographs and read even just a little bit of their stories. I'm not sure how many of you saw the woman, the mother on CNN on TV earlier.
Yes.
Well, her son is gone.
Oh.
And that, that breaks. There are families out there tonight in incredible grief. And a friend of mine, you probably are aware that the nightclub that was attacked, it was a Latin night, a Latino night. And I was texting with a group of friends earlier, remembering, those Friday and Saturday nights, particularly for me in my 20s, where I was at Latin night every weekend. And we were talking about how that could happen to anybody. Could have been anybody here that's here today. That it could be us. And why that's important, and I think it's important for the media to recognize, is that clubs and nightclubs are more than just a bar to the LGBT community.
Right.
When you're in a community that has very few spaces to feel safe or a home that's not supporting you, you go to these places to have support for family, to be yourself, to enjoy yourself, maybe because you're not out to your family. And so these are really sanctuaries. These are places that people want to feel safe. And so to be attacked, and for our community to be attacked in a place that is a place where family and friends gather to support each other, I think makes what happened even that much more horrific and tragic, I think, for our community. And so with that, I hope that tonight we first and foremost honor those that we have lost. That's the most important thing. But I also hope, and I hear my friend who said what was just said. I also hope it rekindles a fight in you. Because yes, be sad, and we're going to mourn, and we're going to love, and we're going to respond with kindness. But there is a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir.
And we cannot continue and allow these things to happen in our country, and in our community, and to us. And so that's a discussion that we will have, I'm sure, in the weeks and the months ahead. It's one that seems to get old in our country, where we can't figure out some simple solutions to solve some of these challenges. But we'll be there. And I want to thank the community for coming out and just supporting all of our brothers and sisters who need our support. Long Beach, we are there. We love you. We'll do whatever we can in the next few days to support our community out in Orlando, because they are our community. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert.
We're going to go ahead now, and I'm going to ask Porter. As you know, Porter runs our center here, and was the first person to contact my office this morning and said we have to do something tonight. And so thank you, Porter.
Thank you so much to each and every one of you that have come out this evening to keep the folks of Orlando, Florida in your hearts. My name is Porter. I'm the executive director at the LGBTQ Center of Long Beach. We have almost our entire staff and board of directors here out in support of tonight as well. First, I want to say each and every one of you needs to take care of you. And if you need someone to talk to, the center is here to support you. Over towards the rainbow flag, that rainbow flag, not that one or that one. We've got some counselors you can talk to. We're also going to have phone support and in-person support available at the center all week long. So if you need to talk to someone, please call us or please come in and we're here to support you. Today is a day of monumental loss. I feel shock, sadness, and deep sorrow. Today is unimaginable. I'm here fresh out of West Hollywood, where I was volunteering at the LA Pride Parade today. We had several staff members out in West Hollywood today supporting, and during the parade, or right before it started, a man came up to us and just started shouting, "Why is this parade still happening? What's wrong with you? Why is this still happening?" A man was arrested earlier today in Los Angeles with assault rifles in his car, and he had told folks he was on his way to Pride. The parade still happened. With the man shouting, with the man being arrested, the parade still happened, and I stayed because I needed to be there. The parade happened today because people needed to see those floats, and people needed to see those marchers. I needed to wrap myself in the blanket of a pride parade among hundreds of thousands of people in the LGBTQ community. I needed my community. By the time the parade ended, the festival had implemented what their board of directors referred to as airport level security. That included security guards searching vehicles for bombs on their way into secured parking structures, and some entrances putting people through metal detectors. I do not want to have to go through a metal detector to go to Pride. I don't want my car searched for bombs before I have to go to Pride. I don't want metal detectors at my center before I go to receive services. There's a problem when people have to enter metal detectors to participate in a community event. There should not be airport level security at a parade. We should not have to live in fear of our spaces and our celebrations being bombed or riddled with semi-automatic gunfire. We shouldn't have to question our decision to go out in public. And I refuse to move forward with fear tonight.
Amen.
Just as women were targeted in Isla Vista and African American people in South Carolina, the massacre at the Pulse nightclub was an act of terrorism, an act of violence and intimidation against our LGBTQ community. This brutal attack cannot be removed from the larger public conversation unfolding in our country today. There are more than 100 anti-LGBTQ bills pending in legislatures across this country. Laws like the one in North Carolina, which criminalize trans people from using restrooms and make it impossible to sue for discrimination, are just the tip of the iceberg. We must not forget that when elected officials and candidates use LGBTQ people as political targets, when it's acceptable that many in our own community can't even give blood to the dying, that it was only a matter of time until real bullets began penetrating our seemingly safest space. Hate breeds hate, and when this rhetoric, when these ideas and values, when this hate speech is tolerated, when these laws are entertained as legitimate public policy or used as a wedge issue during election cycles, unchecked and unquestioned, when people honestly believe that we can build a wall of safety, this will lead people to unquestionably terrorize us and terrorize others most vulnerable in our community. Harvey Milk once said, If a bullet should enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet door.
Amen.
Tonight, our doors are wide open.
Yeah. Yes.
We grieve tonight knowing that we will make it through this tragedy and we will be stronger for it. Through our profound shared sadness, we are together right now as one community and one Long Beach. Tonight, I encourage you out of the bars and into the streets and back into the bars again. Our first Pride here in Long Beach was planned at the Sweets. We celebrate birthdays and milestones at Drag Brunch at Hamburger Mary's. Ripples is older than many of us standing here today. We meet friends for happy hour at Paradise and the Falcon, the Brit and the Mine Shaft. We mourn lives lost with potlucks at Broadway Cocktails and Sweetwater. And if I know anything about our LGBTQ community, we will not abandon our bars, where many of us came out for the first time, felt safe, and met a lover or 10 or 20.
Order.
Continue to embrace one another and embrace our community without the closet of fear. We will get through this together, and tonight our hearts are with Orlando.
One Long Beach.
Thank you. We're going to, Vanessa, who we all know, is going to say some words to close us out on behalf of our Congressman, Alan Lowenthal. Before we do that, I also want to thank everyone that's here. It means a lot to see our community united. I particularly want to thank, it's important to thank all of our LGBTQ allies that are standing with us, both here today, and also our supporters, whether they're in Sacramento or in DC, like Patrick O'Donnell, and our school board members, and everyone else that's here, our city prosecutor. I also want to thank everyone that's here, whether there are from the business community that I see folks from. I see our police chief who's here tonight, our city prosecutor, and others. Thank you all for supporting us and for being here tonight as well. So let me, Vanessa, if you can come up and say a few words on behalf of Alan, and then we'll begin to close. But please feel free to stay as long as you'd like.
Thank you. And it's Alan Lowenthal that I'm representing. Everybody just calls him Alan, but he is our congressman. And I really wanted to share some words that he sent to me. He's in Washington, and I've been bugging him all morning to get a statement. He's been tweeting and doing all of those things to let people know that he is aware. He said to me when I told him, what we were doing here in Long Beach, he said, "That's my Long Beach.
Yeah.
That's my Long Beach." He said, just because he's in Washington, D.C. today, this is his Long Beach. He stands with us strongly, and he said to me, "I am with you." Alan has been a trooper for this community for many, many years.
Amen.
And I'm so honored to represent him, not only today to say that he's here with us, he's always here with us. He's been here from the beginning with us. So again, thank you all for being here in support. Know Alan Lowenthal is with you and with us tonight.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you. And please, everyone, feel free to stay as long as you'd like. I want to end just by drawing your attention to the soapbox below us here. And I want to thank everyone that worked to ensure that we had this space. A lot of them are right behind me.
Yes.
Please feel free tonight or in the next few days to leave a note, to leave flowers, to honor our brothers and sisters in Orlando. That's exactly why Harvey Milk fought so hard for all of us. So thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you.